Hi everybody. Just got done speaking to CBP, as I told you I would this morning. We now have a pending investigation for false claims against two crazies who have been calling in to CBP, Border and Homeland Security, and yeah, I'm going to be provided with proof. Hi, and also I'm going to tell you something. They know that I've been crossing for 11 years, that I have an impeccable background, that I've never had a problem, I've never been arrested, I have no criminal background whatsoever, and technically, you're not really supposed to have any animal under 4 months old. But they're so humane, and they understand my mission. So they told me, help him, and if you can't take care of him for whatever reason, once you cross the border, please take him to the Humane Society. Arriba las manos! Hands up, don't shoot. So, that's America for you. And if anything, I'm just going to develop a closer relationship with the people at the border. For years I've been crossing. They look at my passport, do whatever they got to do, and they're like, thank you, ma'am, on your way, And so now these two psychos have been calling in. They are so desperate, and I can't show you guys some of the stuff that was sent to me just yet, but I will. And I'm going to show you, some of the stuff that they've said privately, and people have recorded them, that was sent to me. Careful who you trust out there, guys, because who you think are your friends may not be. These women have been making private statements, thinking they're private and they're not. Ouch. When people are recording you without your knowledge, and you're making these accusations, or not these accusations, but these statements, ouch. So yeah. So guess what? He's in America. He's in America. He just crossed the border legally. He was inspected, vetted by CBP, and he's now a legal alien in America. He is now a legal alien in America. Hands up, don't shoot. I'm not an illegal. He's warm. He's so much warmer now. So I have to stop. They didn't have the milk that I was looking for, so I have to stop by Petco real quick. As soon as I'm done, I'm on my way to my friend's house, and gotta get a couple things today for my animals. Head back home, and then I have to head back here in the morning. So yeah, that's what I'm doing today. Oh, I know, they're at it again, Mary. Calling CBP, calling Department of Homeland Security. The thing is that normally people don't know what's going on, but come on, I'm always a step ahead, and I know that they've been calling because they're psycho, and so I asked to speak to a supervisor and stuff like that, and all they really have to do is look at your record. They have to look at your record. Somebody who's been crossing for almost who's been crossing her whole life, but who's been crossing frequently, for the past 11 years, doesn't suddenly turn into a criminal because two criminals from San Diego are calling in, and probably, that guy that everyone is calling a neo-Nazi or whatever. He's got this obsessed woman, she's so obsessed. He wants nothing to do with her, and she will go to any extent to try to destroy everyone around him. Vandalized Laura Loomer's car, vandalized another woman's car in South Carolina, and she can't get to me because I'm in Mexico. So yeah, I'd like to see her try to come into my neighborhood. That would be kind of, you know, that would be kind of fun to see. So what they do is they attack in any other way they can. So now we're dealing with it. We're looking at the records with Department of Homeland Security, so that we know what's going on. They are nut jobs. They're disgusting. And so the cool thing is that, you know, it's like anything else. Your record speaks for itself, you know. Again, I've been crossing for so many years, never had a problem of any kind whatsoever, you know. And a lot of other stuff that I can't get into detail, that they go in the system, they check, and they're like, oh, but I can't talk about it. If those frauds only knew, if they only knew. Some people do, but if they only knew. So anyway, yeah, I'll be spending a little bit of time here because I have to get food for my doggies. I'm gonna go get milk for this little kitty who's already, you know, just look. He's happy to be in America. Happy to be in America. Yay. Scaby's baby is doing good. Chiquis is her name. That's Scaby's baby is Chiquis. Am I driving? No. I'm not driving. So yeah, and then I'll be back in Tijuana. I mean, I can't really take him to the vet. I don't know that the vet would do much other than put him in an incubator. And I can probably just keep him pretty warm myself. Other than put him in an incubator and feed him, there's not much you could do to an animal this size. You can't give him nothing. You know, they're too small. So yeah. He's really cute. Reject the bias. It's good to be put ballots in Spanish in Florida. Oh my gosh. Well, I mean, they could do the ballots in Spanish, but anyway, they should at least explain things correctly, you know, not send out the wrong message. Chickies, please send me some pics. Let's see what you guys are. Am I driving? No, I already answered that. Love you guys too. I thank you. They are nut jobs. I like working with you. Okay, you like kitties? Yeah, I know, Dora. Who does that? Who does that? They're sick. They're so obsessed. And I'm telling you, these private conversations that I got, ouch. Ouch, ouch, ouch. Like, seriously, like admitting their purpose on a private conversation and being recorded. And I'm like, whoa, that's not good for you. You shouldn't do that, you know? You shouldn't want that for anybody. You shouldn't, you know, be so vile and want to destroy people and admit to it on tape. Like, what is wrong with you? You know, like, what is wrong with you? So anyway, yeah. Where did you find the kitty? That someone, it was by my house, and there's a lot of cats over there of all sizes, like even, you know. So I think the mom, he was in a corner over like by where I live, and he was the only one. He was by himself, so no mom and no baby, no other babies, no other brothers and sisters. Yeah. Anyway, I'm gonna spend the day here and go back home, and I'll let you guys know when I get back to the vet in Tijuana later on today. I'm only here for a few hours. I'm only gonna shop around and do a couple things and head back to Tijuana. Beautiful day in San Diego. Look. Woo! Freeway! Oh, I know. To be a big Christian, right? I know, Janet. I know. She claims to be a big Christian. And, you know, it's sad how people use religion or God or the name of God. And, you know, it's like, I'm praying for you, and I pray that, you know, God breaks you and I pray that God brings you to your knees, you stupid bitch. And I'm like, what the heck is wrong with these people, you know? Like, they're sick. They're sick, and it's not hard to see, you know, but we got to keep going, guys. And all this has to be documented, whether, you know, whether some people think it's okay to talk about it or not. You know, I'm expressing my freedom of speech, you know. I make humor out of every situation, you know, and humor keeps you young. A good mood. It's chemicals in the body. Okay? Anger, fear, anger, jealousy are oxidants, okay? Happiness is antioxidant, okay? So think about it. If you're happy, if you have a positive outlook, okay? If you're laughing, your body is not going to age as much as if you're angry and yelling at people and a bunch of, confronting people and calling American, citizens illegals and all this stuff. I mean, yeah, you got to express the truth, but you can't get so angry to the point where it affects you physically. You can't do that, you know. That's why sometimes they have to get body parts removed, because, the body can only take so much, and, the body can only take so much abuse. And so if you keep doing that to your body, and if you keep with these angry and all these negative feelings, then, organs that, were meant to last 120 years are only going to last 40 years, and then you have to have them removed, and then, stuff happens. And then once you have them removed, it gets even worse, because let me just tell you how, I don't even get me into that one, makes you hysterical. So, anyway, so yeah, we got to stay strong. We got to stay together. We got to pray. The devil is out there, but we also have our little angels out there. These are my little angels. And people can criticize me all they want about my animals and say whatever they want. But you know what? It pays off to give back. It pays off to do something for others other than yourself. It really does. Selfishly, I've been doing it my whole life. So, for people that say, oh, she's just doing it recently. Yeah, right. People who know me know that I've sacrificed so much in my life for them. I brought a brand new car, brand new, beautiful Volvo in Sweden. Okay, brand new, like literally, like I was at the factory with it, no miles on it. Like, it was just so beautiful, right? I ship it back to America and then drive it down to Mexico City, and I find this dog that is bleeding. He's been bleeding for freaking, I don't know, a couple months, I guess, a few months. He got hit by a car. He had a tumor the size of his head on his foot, on his front paw. He had cancer. He had TBT. He had a mixture of cancer with TBT. It cost me almost $3,000 when I didn't have the money, because I was going to school. I was, 23, going to school. Did not have $3,000 to spend on chemotherapies on this dog. I don't know how I did it, I don't know how I did it. I came up with, no, it wasn't like an all-in-one, like it was over like a few months, probably like 3 or 4 months. I came up with the money, okay? I came up with the $3,000. And I used to carry that bleeding, smelly, stinky dog in my brand new car that had almost white leather, okay? And people were like, are you crazy? You just got this car. You went all the way to Sweden, okay? You shipped this car back. It's brand new. And you're going to have this disgusting, cancerous dog in it. And I was like, I don't care. It makes me happy. I'm happy. I'm happy doing it. And he's so thankful. But that's what's his name. So I got him his chemotherapies, he had cancer all over his body and like little tumors all over his body that looked like little brains on his body, and his paw was just like huge, right? And then I had to have his leg amputated because it was moving up. So he became a tripod, you know. He was a tripod, very ferocious tripod, leader of the pack. He used to take off for a couple of days and come back with a bunch of dogs, and he was a leader of the pack. And he lived for another 9 years after that. 9 years. I had my patas. And I never looked back. And I never cared about what people said. You're crazy. Ew, you're gross. Ew, he's bleeding all over the place. Ew. I even had to rent a house, a room, like a master bedroom, that once belonged to a very famous actor in Mexico called El Chapulín Colorado, Chespirito. I rented my friend bought his house. He had a huge house in South Mexico City, and I moved in with her, and I rented her whole master bedroom because there was a jacuzzi in it. So what I did is I would keep him inside the jacuzzi, and the bathroom was huge. The bathroom was as big as a bedroom. I think bigger actually, and they had a jacuzzi in it. So I put patas inside the jacuzzi for about 3 months, so he was warm and everything else. I mean, he could come in and out, but that was like his house, a jacuzzi, like a tile jacuzzi, you know, until he healed and everything else. And then he finally got his leg amputated because we had to get him up to a certain weight and everything else to be able to, for him to have his leg amputated. And yeah, and so then Patas lived. And oh yeah, and I used to come home from school every single day, okay, every single freaking day, and cook a special potage for him. Special, like filled with antioxidants and filled with all this crap, and because I really wanted him to live because he was so amazing. And he made it. And I happen to think that because, you know, I did that, a lot of blessings came into my life. Whether that's why or not, who knows? I don't care. I'm happy, you know. And that's what matters. Happiness is anti-aging. Happiness is an antioxidant. Okay? Have a great day. I felt that way when my Isabel kitty had a cancer tumor. I lost her last year. Oh, sorry to hear that, Tracy. But we gotta give back. Look at what President Trump is doing. He could sit there and travel, jet set the world with his family, you know, private jets and his golden castles. But yet he's out there having merchandise made of him, degrading him, blimps made of him, getting death threats, his family being harassed for generations to come because he's trying to help the people. And I'm sure he doesn't regret it one day. I'm sure he struggles, but I'm sure he doesn't look back and he doesn't regret it. So anyway, I gotta get out. I gotta go to the supermarket. Thank you so much for watching. Okay, love you guys. And cons, give it up. You're making yourselves look real bad, and it's just getting started because everyone's catching on. I'm catching on to who you really are, and how low you can go, and what bunch of low lives you really are. And you're not gonna get anywhere. You'll see.